thingy. Recording starting. Right. Hello, everyone. I'm Tita Berredo. I'm the Illustrator coordinator of SCBWI British Isles. We call it SCBWI here, but it's SCBWI for those outside the UK. I'm also the art director of Words and Pictures, SCBWI's online magazine, and I'm a picture book maker, writer, illustrator. So I'm really, really happy to see you guys here. So we are all very, very excited to go into Bologna. And let's start with what is the fair and who is it for? So the Bologna Children's Books Fair is the world's leading event dedicated to children's publishing and multimedia in the industry. Held in Bologna, Italy, and it brings publishers, illustrators, authors, literary agents, and other professionals around the globe. Remember that word, the globe, to celebrate and exchange ideas about children's literature, illustration, and storytelling. It also holds awards and prizes and mostly announcements of prize winners. And who's it for? It's, as I said before, it's a trades and a rights fair. So mainly for the publishers and literary agents and anyone in the publishing industry who it's in the background where we in the behind the scenes of the books. And they come from different countries in this massive fair to exchange that diversity. And I want you to remember these two words, globe and diversity, in it, because most people get very overwhelmed going to Bologna, and for whether it's their first time or you've been many times or the second time. And I think the best way to view it is for you to learn what's around the world, what's trending now, and also to look outside your bubble and see what's out there, because sometimes we have that goal. I'm going to publish in my country and I'm going to aim for the big five, and there is so much more out there. And that's one of the great things about the fair, because it's a collection of not only the big five and imprints, but independent publishers, small publishers, and everywhere in the world. So you might find that your art it's hard to, you've been finding hard to publish your art in where you are, but suddenly you find a place in Chile or you find a place in Estonia, that's what I mean, like think of global, because the way that you're gonna view picture books, children's books, young adults in all over the world, it's gonna be into different perspective, right? So other things. Oh, sorry, I thought I was sharing my my screen. You're not missing much because it's just like the fair. Who is it for? Okay, I'll just keep going and I'll read here. So and here's what makes it special. Global Networking Hub, Illustrators Exhibition, Rights and Licensing Panels, and Guest of Honor. I think for the Global Networking Hub, it's a prime space for connecting with industry leaders, showcasing work, and exploring publishing trends. For the Illustrators Exhibition perspective is like a highlight of the fair is the exhibition showcase, and it showcases the best in children's books from around the world. But also, it's judged by people, different people than the people who you might want to aim for your illustration and for your writing. So that's one of the things. If you look around and you feel like, oh my God, I can't compete with that, or nothing looks like, nothing in the highlights look like what I do, that doesn't mean that you don't have a place there, you know. I think that is one of the main um, a overwhelming aspects when you go to Bologna, that you see that there's so much competition and that there's so much around to see and so much good art around the world that you think, um, where am I going to be? You know, how do I fit here? And I think that if you go to Bologna and you think of the other way around, it's like, look how much there is there, you know, and look how much different everything is. There will be a place for you. And because there's diversity and because the globe is a lot bigger than what we are mostly seeing on a daily basis. So keep your eyes peeled for things like if you see your artwork or your a writing style somewhere there, you know, have one day to go around and see what kind of connects with you. And I think that's the main thing, is filtering what really speaks to you, you know. So I am going to share my screen so you can actually see some of my writing. Okay. That awkward moment of sharing the screen. And here. Okay. So very organized. Right. We've been there. Been there. Oh, rights and licensing. It's an interesting one because that's the big part of the fair that might be interesting for those who are already published or who have their a publishers there and or who have an agent, because you can go around and see what's out there in other countries that look like your stuff. And oh, I could be published by this publisher in whatever, Brazil. And then you can talk to your publisher and say, hey, I did some homework here, and I can see an opportunity for us in this market. And your publisher is going to be like, what? You're the client who I asked for my whole life. And and if you have an agent and who's been there, oh, it's going to be the same. So if you are published, that's a good thing for you to do there. Find places. And if you're not published or just starting in your career, that's kind of like the same thing, but you're going to collect publishers who you didn't know before, and make a good list of who's there and which country, who can actually help you, or who can publish you with your style of writing and illustrating. Panels, that's a big thing for those who are not just going for the rights, who are people like us who are going to enjoy the fair. I think the panels are really great, and that should be one of your priorities when getting ready to go to Bologna. So get a good look in the website and make a list of what you want to do there. And guest of honor is a nice way for the fair to showcase a different country. So every year they choose one, and this year is Estonia. So it's nice to see what's out there. So let's go to what really matters for us. going to Bologna. So travel light is it's very straightforward, but you have to really make like simple decisions, like what kind of clothing don't take too much space in your luggage, and things that you can bring to the fair and leave there. So if you fill your case um, with your portfolio, but also with business cards and postcards and stickers, whatever you want to take, and envelopes and stuff, just fill it up so you can leave it all there. And then you can fill it up with new books, new postcards, and new business cards that you're going to pick up from everyone. Okay? Wear comfortable shoes because it's massive. Also wear a Fitbit or something like that can count your steps because you're gonna be very, very proud. It's like going to Disney World and like, oh my God, I've done like 25,000 steps on a day. So that's a good thing. Brings your cardio up as well. Bring snacks and water. Well, they have water there, but it's better for you to have your like low refillable bottle, and bring snacks because sometimes, I mean, there's almost no time in between stuff and you might just end up hungry. So bring snacks, not only because the queues might be long, because they do move quite quickly for food, and there are plenty of food booths to have a snacking, but it's just you're going to make decisions on the day, and the most important one is going to be time and how you're going to spend your time there. So yeah, and fill your case with things to leave. So what things that you can bring? I think a dummy or two is always good if you have a dummy. If you don't have a dummy, don't worry about it because it's unlikely that you're going to have the chance to show. So don't put a lot of pressure on yourself to bring one just because. But if you do have a dummy, bring it because you never know, you know? And postcards a must. I'm gonna show you my postcards look like so you can get some inspiration. Let's stop sharing the screen. Right. So here are some options that you can do. So I usually print in a kind of sturdier a paper. It doesn't have to be fancy. It doesn't have, don't put gloss. Don't think just matte, but sturdy enough that you can, it's not gonna fold and get all crunched up. One side, your illustration. I always like to put my name or my signature on the front, so people can associate the illustration with myself. And since that's how I sign all my illustrations and how it is on my website, that's what I'm going to put in there. So the front, it should be an illustration, boom. And you can fill it up and have like 6 different designs for this year. You don't have to go crazy. It's entirely up to you. And it's always a nice thing, quick thing, is very, very traditional thing for people to exchange postcards. So make sure that you print a lot and then you leave all them there. It's also a very easy way to find in the Illustrator's wall, find a little space and then just stick it there. It's gonna be madness when the fair opens up and everybody's going to go to the illustrator's wall. So a good tip that I learned in the past years is that don't go just up front, because people walk through a corridor, a long corridor of the illustrator wall. Every year they make it longer and every year it fills up. So instead of just going right straight ahead, Just go to the end of it and find your place, your space from the end to back, you know. This way you're gonna have a lot more chances of having a big space for yourself. Some people print as big as well, normally is A4, that's big, but I've seen people going A2 on the wall. I think it's a bit too much. It's a bit like there are a lot of people there. So don't worry about the size, just put it in there. And if you can't find a space, you're gonna find a space, but um, if that's not your priority, it's not a problem because um, who really stands in the way and looks around are other illustrators. And that's a great thing because you can get inspired by other arts, you know, and follow other people. So that's 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 a nice thing to do. But it's really unlikely that an agent's gonna go there and then or a publisher, you know, because they have a big agenda in that fair. They will always look at the illustrators wall, but they have their own appointments there, so their time is limited as well. But yeah, it's really fun. So postcards and business cards are must. Everyone you meet, you ask for their business card and then you give yours because that's the most, I mean, that's the kindest and nicest way for you to actually give your business card away. Because it's like, instead of you going, oh, here, you know, you just, hey, what do you do? Oh my God, that's amazing. Do you have a business card? And then you, oh, let's exchange, you know, that's really fun. Another thing that I really recommend is for you to, whenever you meet someone very important to you, who gives you a business card or something like that, you take a picture of the person with the business card in front. Ask for them, of course. It's like, do you mind? It's like, I always go straight and it's like, look, I have ADHD. I cannot remember faces. I want to remember you. Can I please take a picture of you or take a selfie with them? Because like, this is amazing. I'm so happy to meet you. Can we take a selfie together? And then after that, this is the person who I met and such and such. And then you write all that down. Another thing is, yes, take a picture of the details of every business card that you get of people who you really want to meet or send an email afterwards, because this way you get more organized. And if you lose that little business card somehow, you're not going to beat yourself up. You're going to go, oh, I'm so glad I took a picture of that agent's business card, you know? That's one thing. Other thing, portfolio. You can get, I mean, it's entirely up to you if you get your portfolio in your iPad, in your tablet, in a digital way or in a printed way. I think digital is just easier to carry, easier to find and go through, and easier to, well, it's lighter. But there are also pros in a physical portfolio, because this is an example of one that I did for the SCBWI conference. I just bought a white portfolio case, study one, and I just drew on it with Posca pens. So it was on a portfolio showcase. So if it was closed, people could still see my illustrations there. So that was fun. And then the first thing that I did, I usually do that. I usually do that when I'm not with my portfolio, but it's entirely up to you. It's nice to have like a little opening with who you are, a picture of you, you know, and a little bit of about you. It's like if you're starting your career now, if you have, because this is something that publishers and agents really want to see. If you have a little CV, you have a if you have a catalog of books that you published before, who you published with before, and or if you have any accolades that you want to share. So this is what I do. And then you just fill it with your artwork. It's not really complete, you can see, but yeah, I'm gonna get ready. But one thing is, these are great because you can reposition them, you know? Another thing that I do that I really like, by the end of the fair, in the last day, if I see anyone who I really liked, or an age or whatever, I take one of these out, sign it in the back, and then give them in the slip because and I give it to them. That goes miles away, you know. People really, really appreciate it when you share not only your artwork, but you share your time and it's like, you know what, I'm gonna part ways with this illustration because I really liked you. And people go, oh my God, amazing. Thank you so much. So these little kindnesses really go a mile. And I think that's one of the things that I really like being nice to everyone. And to show a bit of my personality. And I really think about how I can make that person remember me, even if they're an illustrator like me or just starting their career, you know, it's a nice thing to do. And might be a better choice for Bologna for you to grab one like that because they are lighter and they take less space on your case. But it's always good to have these things. I don't know the name in English, but because you can change the order if you want, you know. Because one thing that if you're gonna go there and have a portfolio review or something, you're gonna receive feedback, and one of the feedback might be, hey, your best artwork is actually in the end. You should start with that. So for the next portfolio review or for the next person who's gonna see your portfolio, just chook and put it back, and you can go organize that really easy on your a digital portfolio if you prefer that. Oh, one tip that as an art director, I like to clarify it to illustrators is if you are printing your portfolio, so make sure that it's not very thick, but I can put actual numbers for you guys later and send it to you guys on the WhatsApp and email. So I'll go around all these tips, write them down for you if you miss anything. So a paper that is thick enough for you not to be able to see from the background, because when you put these like that, depending on how thin the paper is, like this is going to be see-through here, and you don't want that. The other thing is that don't do glossy unless you are aiming for educational material, because that's how most publishers see the printed artwork. If they see that it's glossy, it gives that kind of feel of a lecturing book, you know, a lesson. And for picture books, yeah, and anyway, and any other illustrations that are not for educational purposes, you want matte, okay? So that's it. For your postcards, I didn't talk about the back. So front, your illustration and your name. Back, you just can get a little design of a postcard, regular thing, your signature or your name on top, is a good one. Always put if you're a children's writer, illustrator, or both, and your email, your a website, and your social media at. It's always good. You don't have to put your number. Some people like to put their number. I usually, it's personal, but I usually say it's another thing to add that's gonna populate a small space that it's probably gonna be ignored and not ignored by people who you don't want your number for. So you might just get spam for it. But most people in this industry, they won't call you or text you because that's too personal. Their first approach is going to be through email. So put your email there, and the same in business cards. So let's go to business cards. Business cards in the front, choose an illustration that kind of shows your style. It doesn't have to be, it's a small space, it's a limited space. I'm most known by movement and limited palette. So this is what I want people to see. And then in the back, and same kind of little name here. And in the back, this is, so I have these two, just because I wanted two different designs, and it's kind of potluck. Sometimes I ask people, do you want the pink or the blue? And they'll pick. Sometimes they go, oh, can I have both? And sure, you can have both, because that's great. That means that they really like your art. And in the back, tell what you are, your writer, illustrator, or one or both, your email, your website, and if you have any other titles. In my case, let's see if you can see. In my case, I put Illustrator Coordinator, SCBWI Styles, Art Director, Voice and Pictures, Oh, that's my old card. I was Illustrator Featured Editor, and then I'm higher up now, so I have to change that. Already changed. I'm gonna pick up tomorrow. Anyway, so, and I chose to put a little design in the back too, because they just complement a little bit what's in front, and it's like, it's a character that everybody likes of mine, so that's my choice. But you can, if you have too much going on, you can take it out. Especially if you don't work with a limited palette. If there's a lot of color in your portfolio, then you can just do in front, right? Sketchbook, always bring a sketchbook, because you will want to write people's details and notes about talks and stuff, and you are gonna want to write and draw. So that's a fact. And it's nice to have a sketchbook that is almost filled, that you still have some pages that you can fill in, but that's something that people can go through, because some art directors and agents are gonna go, if you're having a portfolio review, they're gonna go through your stuff and gonna go like, that's really nice. Do you have anything else? Do you have something very raw? Do you have a sketchbook, and yes, I do. So you show your sketchbook, and don't worry about, it's not polished. That's the nature of sketchbooks. So don't worry about that. So for the illustrator's wall, it's really easy. It's just, what I do is I'll get one of these, and then I'll get a double tape, and I just put it on the back, and then I have a little folder or a little slip with just for illustrator's wall, so I can get there and then stick and go to my day. But yeah, you might see people with scissors, with blue tack is the regular one, or white tack, or the double-sided little glue stickers. And it's a nice idea to put a QR code on the bottom of your illustration. Just make a little white square, and then put your QR code. If you don't want to put like your email, on a beautiful illustration, you can put a little QR code for that. And it's very easy. If you have a website, you just Google QR code for free, and you can create your QR code. I can put that in the material as well, right? Meeting people. So be social, make friends in queues. Queues are great to meet people, because you're standing there. So exchange material, exchange postcards and stuff like that. Take a picture of a person's lanyard. That's a good one too. If you get introduced to someone you want to remember, and just take a picture of it. I do that all the time. Take a picture of the lanyard so I can remember their names. And post stuff on social media. I think you're going to be exhausted every day after the fair, but if you have a little time, you just make a very simple reel or just post here my, like in your stories, stuff that you took pictures of in the day, or here my finally eating pasta in a restaurant or stuff like that. Or don't do anything on social media and leave it to when you come back. This is entirely up to you. Now, your purpose at the fair. That's a big thing, guys, because for everyone who's overwhelmed and who's scared about what they're gonna do or how they're gonna feel, this is the best analogy that I can give you. And I made it up myself because I'm an illustrator and I drew that once after a fair. You don't get overwhelmed when you go to the supermarket and you know exactly what you're getting, right? Treat the fair as a massive supermarket chain that you have your little list. I want eggs, I want this. So you don't waste your time with everything that is happening. You just go, no, sorry, not interested in that. Straight to eggs, So for me personally, I come from Brazil. I have an agent in the US and I live in the UK. So these are 3 countries that I'm going to visit every time that I go to the fair. And at some point, after all my priorities are gone, I'm going to visit other countries and do that exercise of seeing what's around. Leave that exercise for the end of the fair, the last day. Also, leave to the last day looking at stuff that's going to be there on the last day. So your priorities are going to be meeting people, like for portfolio reviews, then talks, workshops, master classes. Go to the website, trim it down. You can use ChatGPT to like make a list of the times. Just copy and paste and say, make a list for me to organize myself at the fair. And then you will have your little list there. The first 2-3 days are very busy. They have constant workshops and master classes and talks happening, portfolio reviews. These are the days that are your priorities. And then leave the last day or last 2 days to look at the Illustrator exhibition, the Illustrator's wall, and whatever is out there in other countries that are not your priority. That's the best thing that I can tell you. Going back to the analogy of the supermarket, you only get overwhelmed really in a supermarket when you go there hungry or starving and you see everything. Oh, beetroot, I love beetroot, and you start getting everything, and then you end up with a massive trolley brand that you can't get, in your suitcase. So that's a good thing for you to do. Just see what's your priority there. I can see that some of you are asking questions and making comments. Since I am posting this on my own, I can't monitor this at the moment, but I will leave the last 15 minutes to Q&A, or even 20. So this talk will end at 8. If you need to leave at any point, you can leave. This will be recorded and you can, I'll send it in WhatsApp groups and this could be emailing list. And I'll put in the chat my at Instagram, Tita Berredo. It's at TATI, sorry, that's not my name, at TAITA BERREDO. So, and on Instagram. And if you missed anything and you want to just tell me there. Right. So where was I? Let me put this on the everyone. Right. For some reason I can't. Oh, okay, cool. Right, I'll do that later. I spelled to you, so you know. So oh yeah, going back to being overwhelmed in the supermarket. Let's go through the website together, and I'll teach you some hacks of making your list and your priorities. Let me see on the chat if there's anything massive. Okay, cool. Cool, yeah. People just put your sorry, I'm reading and answering at the same time. Okay, put your Instagram there so everybody can see, and in the end you can grab the text. Okay, so oh yeah, somebody was asking me if I was sharing my screen. Now I'm just talking because my topics are very like priorities, reviews. So it's just that. So let's go together to the website and I'll teach you some hacks. Right. Share screen. That's it. Okay. So if you go to directory, you can see the exhibitors, and in that you can find the countries that you are looking for who exhibit in there. So I'm gonna put, for example, Brazil, that's where I come from, and then just search. You don't have to put everything here. And then I go through all these and then I see which ones are interesting for me. So if I go here, there is the information where the stand is, where they're gonna be, their website, and an email that you can submit stuff and talk to people. Some websites won't work, like this one. That's not the fair's fault. It's the publishers. So okay, let's go to Stirpidopolis and see what they got for us. So if I go to the website, then I see what they publish, and then if they look like my stuff, and if I think they do, that's one person to add to my list. And then you can visit them, and you can even drop a little envelope with your postcards and business cards at their desk. This is very traditional, everybody does it, so don't be shy, just go there, like, can I leave an envelope here for you guys? And you just leave it there. Another great thing for you to do is go to exhibitions, and then you can do the same thing and trim it down with the exhibitions that are going on and the events. So one thing that I always do is go to event program, and then it's gonna tell everything that is happening. But this is literally everything that is happening. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put, for example, this is where the event is gonna be. So for example, the Illustrators Cafe is where talks and prizes are awarded for illustration. And here's everything that's up with it. And then you can read about it and see if it's interesting to you. If it is, copy, time, day, what's happening, and where, and add to your list. Talks and presentations is a good one. Do the same thing. And then you get everything. That's kind of like a day thing for you to do. So sit down in front of your computer and trim it down because this is going to save so much time for you at the fair, you know? Um, and then you can go to publishers, to translation, to comics, anything that is relevant to yourself. And if you're attending just 1 or 2 days, you can set it here and even search for particular panels. One that is really good for for illustrators to see is the Survival Corner. So the Survival Corner is where the master classes and workshops are going to happen. And then you have all this happening. It's like there's so many great people. And yeah, you might not want to see IA and want to see picture books instead. So that's another thing that you can trim down, and you don't have to wait all the way until you're at the fair and have their program, the physical program, and then you sit down and mark everything. It's just a better way to do it. Is just going there and seeing who's going to do what. And here, for example, hey, a Scooby review with Sarah Baker. Now, this is the tip that many people miss. You can book it through here. Ta-da! So some publishers are only going to have portfolio reviews and meetings throughout agents and other publishers. So for example, licensee portfolio reviews for video games. This one in particular is upon reservation only. And when you don't see anything else, it's because it's through an appointment, through the fair and through other publishers and agents. But when you see, where is it? Portfolio review, here, an illustration agency. Aha! Illustration agency, portfolio review, Hall 30, and upon reservation on Eventbrite. When it's on Eventbrite, you can, ta-da, go to Eventbrite, and here it is. And the other good news is that everybody's on time because the reservations open only on March 24 at 1:30 Central Europe time zone. So put that in your calendars and be in front of the screen like 1 minute before it, refresh until it opens. When it opens, it's like Titanic's going down, woo, everyone's for all. And so you're gonna have to be very quick and book whatever you like. So the best thing for you to do is to know exactly what you're gonna book. So go through these. I'm gonna redo my steps, retrace my steps. Search by event, the Illustrator Survival Corner, and then you go through where are the a licensing agency or portfolio review or one-on-one and things like that. And then you just see who you want to go for and then put in your list, and then on 24th of March, you're gonna go there and boom, it's gonna open and then you can book. You can book up to 2, I think. But if you get 1, well done. It's really hard. So Renat just said, I have to work at 1:30. Who wants to book me a review? Yeah, that's the thing. You have to be there and you have to place your reservation. And I don't think it makes a lot of difference because when you click on Eventbrite, it just takes you to another page with the Eventbrite link, but it's always good to be logged in the website, okay? So let me see if there's anything else here. I think now is a good time to open to questions. Stop sharing screen here. Okay. So yeah, so you can mark on the map, and you can always like go back to it and see it what you're missing. At some point and during the fair, you're just gonna, make different decisions because you might meet some different people and say, oh, okay, that's a priority against my talk. Or you say, oh, actually, I didn't get this portfolio, so I can go to this talk, you know? So these are the decisions that you're going to make during the fair. Oh, an important one. Let me share my screen. Mhm. Right. So I'm gonna put these links in the chat soon. But you also have the literary agent directory. You can take a print screen of that if you like as well. Because it's a nice one. Sometimes they open in the same way for meetings, right? Okay, and these are the websites that you want to go. So for those who are members of Scooby, you can just email Kim Teresi at this email here, and you can where is it? You can email her what the days that you are in the fair and say, can I get a portfolio review or a picture book pitch? And Scooby members have priority, but as I shown in the website, if you are quick enough, you can get a spot in there, right? And let me show you. Wait, no, there, all the way around. No, after Q&A. Where's my thingy? Okay, let me go back to stop sharing. Stop sharing. Okay, cool. It's good. I'm just gonna share the times and days of Scooby events. So okay, it's gonna work now. Sweet. Share screen. Do that. Okay, cool. So be aware, this is a bit confusing, day 1 and March, because day 2 is April 1. So ignore day 1, just go through the date. So on the first day, Monday, March 31st, we're going to have picture book pitches with Sarah Sargent, senior executive from Penguin Random House. That's a good one for you to take a screenshot. And you can book that either through Kim Teresi if you are a Scooby member, or through the Bologna website in a way that I just shown you. Then we have Illustrator Survival Corner as a panel, building a career as an illustrator. This is very good because there's loads of people there who are going to give different advice. And the best thing is that they're all Scooby related. So in the end, you can just approach us and you know, give us your card and stuff like that. Catbird Agency is going to be there, Lauren Lynn, art directors, and you know, Simon is just so they're great people who are just going to talk to you back and about things. Then portfolio reviews, and keep the booth in mind. That's B55 Hall 30 is the Scooby book, and it's open for everyone. Everyone can just come up and talk to us. Then again, another talk, another portfolio review, and another talk at the Illustrator Survival Corner. I think most of you have seen those, but I'm gonna just leave this in the screen so you can take a screenshot, and get the best of the Scooby. And the best thing is on the last, well, not the last day, but day 3, Wednesday, April 2nd, I'll be there drawing live, and you're gonna see how much pressure I get at the Illustrator a duel. I'm gonna be dueling, well, not really dueling, that's really just having fun and playing. And we're gonna be illustrating, like doing roughs of a picture book that we don't know which one is, and it's probably one that we haven't read yet because they usually pick something that is being published at the fair dates. So it's gonna be a brand new thing, and they're gonna read each page for us, and we have to do roughs very quickly. I think it's like 1 or 2 minutes that they give us, and then you can see how illustrators approach like the brainstorming and very kind of throwing their ideas, and it's really, really, really cool to watch. So now I'm gonna just open the floor for questions, and I'm gonna ask you guys to shout out your questions, so you can help me. And Sudor, if you're still there, are you still there? Let me unpin myself. If Sue, you're still there, great. If you can, could go through the questions and comments and just let me know what's like highlight, so I just don't kind of stop talking and reading. That would be great. And
I'm going to go backwards, upwards, if you see what I mean, because I wrote
yeah,
a couple in there.
cool, cool.
How many pages would you have for a portfolio review? How many?
Oh, good question. So for portfolios, I would say don't go over 16. 16 is like a lot. But definitely put your best stuff in the front, right? And if you want to look very, very professional, do like a little narrative. If you have if you start with people and then do animals and then you do monsters or something like that, or if you have a character or like a dummy or something like that, put in front. It's always good to have, rather than just nice, skillful, beautiful drawings. It's really important for you to have illustrations that have some narrative, so something is happening. So treat your portfolio as if it was extractions from a picture book or whatever age that you draw for, and that's what agents and publishers want to see. They rather than see that you're skilled, because these are things that they're gonna see anyway. They want to see that you can carry on a story, that you can have a character interacting with other people. They want to see diversity. They want to see that you can. They want to see consistency. So if you have like always have three like sequential illustrations, as if you were like going through pages. And so, for example, this is what I do sometimes. These are two spreads from two different spreads. No, three different spreads from one picture book of mine. This is one spread, and these are two others that I combined on the same page, because this is a nice way for them to see in one sheet, in one go, that I can carry a narrative, that I can do movement, I can do show emotion, I can do different perspectives, and that I can give the same character consistency throughout the book. That's a must for them. So if you're, because my work is outlines and limited palettes, but if your work is very, it populates the page, just go for like full bleed or stuff like that. Or you can even do let me get a picture book. So dozens of picture books here. Okay, cool. So you can get a picture book that you like and just mimic it through your portfolio. You know, this is already like great. You know, if you have something like that, this already shows character in different perspective, full bleed, and then a spot or a vignette of the character in a different angle. So that's if you can show that, the person reviewing your portfolio is going to be very, very happy. When I was beginning, that's the best thing that I heard from an art director, an agent who was giving me feedback, was your dummy was better showcase than your portfolio. Your dummy is your portfolio, because that's what we want to see. So if you have a dummy, get extractions of it. If you don't have a dummy, create, you know, or just combine what you have, right?
How long would you get with a person doing a review?
How long do you get? Okay, so I think because it's a lot of people and a limited time, expect for it to be from 5 minutes to no longer than 10. I think 10 is like really, really stretching. Um, it's
Do you,
from 3 minutes to 5 minutes. So if you're doing a picture book or a book pitch, prepare to be very concise. Show your character, show like what's the message, what's the character like, and give a tease. Like, what would you do if da da da, you know? So that's for a portfolio for a picture book pitch, and for a portfolio review, just put whatever is more like relevant up front because they're gonna go like, So what do you do? Oh, this is nice. Okay, so this is how it's gonna be. And guys, feel like relaxed. Just be yourself, because that's what they want to see. And it's not a problem if you're nervous, but be just friendly and don't talk too much, don't talk too little. Just be friendly in the conversation. If they ask you things or tell you things, um, like, oh, you have to change this. Don't contest and even if you don't agree, you can say, okay, yeah, oh, that's interesting. I'm going to work on that. Do you think that if I do this, so try to find your way, to combine what they're telling you. That's the best way for you to react to a feedback, being it good or bad, because that will tell the person interviewing you, reviewing you, how you react to collaboration. And collaboration is a big thing in this industry because it's the whole team working on a book. So if you say, no, that's not really, it might not be your stuff, but you might want to buy it. And let me tell you, some people in the fair, they are really cranky, or they have spent the whole day doing the same. So they're gonna, so what do you want? And then you go, oh my God, I want to kill myself. So don't, if you see they're cranky, you just go like, I'm gonna make this as quick as I can for you. I can see that you're tired. So, and then they go, oh, they might even say, caught up, like, oh, I didn't realize. Oh, sorry, yeah. And you might hear good things in weird ways, like, this is very promising. You're not there yet, but it's very promising. Focus on this is very promising, okay? You're not there yet is the thing that we all tell ourselves, and it's absolutely true for everyone. So if you're going somewhere, it's just like, yeah, I know I'm not there yet. Give me, what do I have to do? So that's a good way to face a feedback. I've been like in my first year in the fair when I was like just out of my master's, and I was really tiny and really, okay, I draw pictures. And I got a very, very harsh feedback that took me a few months to digest. But on the day I went out like almost crying and say, because they said, you know what? This is nice. You're very good, very skillful, but we've seen that so many times. You might want to try something else. This is heartbreaking for an artist. And I want you guys to remember that um, eh, publishers and agents, the majority of them, the majority don't draw. The majority doesn't draw. So they don't really understand what's that, how it can come to, it's like someone throwing a big punch on your identity. So not all of them know how to do that in a positive way. They can only do like, yeah, we're not interested. So, but they're entitled to do that because time is going for them. It's up to you to say, okay, how can I get that and transform it into something positive for myself? What did they say that, one, I agree. Two, if it makes me angry, it might have a grain of truth on it, so I might have to digest it a little bit. And were they just being mean and cranky, or it might not be even relevant for you, you know? Next question. Sorry, I'll try to.
Do you need to be logged into the Bologna Book Fair website to make a reservation or logged into Eventbrite?
Oh, good question. I think the best way to deal with it is going on prior to the opening, logging in on Eventbrite and logging in on in two different tabs, you know. That's great because that's going to save you time too. And if you don't have an Eventbrite a account, create one because you might have to create an account oh, hi, yeah, you get this, but you don't have an account. So I'm like, so yeah, do that. That's a good question. Go next.
Should we bring our published book? Ooh.
Ooh. Well, if you have like dozens of books, please bring it in a PDF format in a tablet or something like that because you're just gonna have to carry it along. If you have one published book, that's great. Yeah, two, three tops. If you have three published books, why are you going? No, I'm just joking. If you have like three books published, I think it might you can ask for your publisher for the catalog and then show them the catalog, or you can go to the publisher's website and then take a print screen of what's in there relevant to your book. But yeah, if you have a published book, pick your favorite and bring it because that's great. Yeah, I have a couple of dummies who they're just printed professionally and they look like they're being published because they're kind of very polished. Doesn't have to be like that. You can even stitch up your dummy. That's fine. But yeah, it shows that hey, I have like a little CV. That's good for you to know. And if you're bringing your own books, mark the pages that show best your work, so put a little tag on so you can quickly access stuff. Have a thought. Once you're packed, once you have everything that you're gonna bring, have a thought. Quick, how can I make it easier and quicker for me to access or show anything? And that's thing. Okay, next.
Peter, I have a question because I think I've covered most of the things in the chat. If you did a digital portfolio, would you be able just to link to your website? Because do they have Wi-Fi on at the fair, or is that just like impossible because there's so many people and it's better to have it as a separate entity like a PDF that you can go through anyway?
I would say I would have a separate PDF because there is Wi-Fi throughout the fair, but from my recollection, it's not great
Wasn't it?
because there are
Yeah.
loads of people using. So yeah, have a PDF, have anything anything that you can foresee could go wrong. Just have a solution for it because you don't want to be stuck in the middle of a portfolio review and sorry, I can't access my website, just have to you have your stuff. But it's good having a website and be able to show that. At least the front page is great. It's a good thing. But worst case scenario, you're gonna have these and they can go through your website. So yeah, have a PDF. Next question.
Um, Also, I think it might be worth just going to the gallery view and asking for people to put their hands up if they've got another question.
Yes, please do that, guys. That's a great idea. Let me unpin myself or view gallery. There you go. Sue, I'm gonna hire you. You're great. Um, yeah, if you can see people, let me know. I can only see four at a time. Um, you can just put in the chat as well.
Yeah. Gloria said, how do I book a picture book pitch? God, that's difficult to say. Any tips on preparing a portfolio for just picture books without illustrations?
Picture books without illustrations, as in if you're a writer. Is that
I guess so, yeah.
okay? So if you're a writer, it's a bit harder because if you're a writer, you go to the pitch, right? then what you have to prepare, you can have a little quick list of what is more relevant for you, and in your stories, like have three stories that you love, that you know, if you have one, great. If you can bring three, you can say, I have three stories, but I'm gonna give you the first one, and you can let me know if I have time and stuff like that. And how to prepare for a pitch is like rehearse, really. I think the best thing is, right, so let's pick Little Red Riding Hood, or no, better, a book, Where the Wild Things Are. If I'm Marissa and Doc and I'm going to do a pitch about a, a Where the Wild Things Are, I'll just say this is going to be a classic. No, joking. I just say, this mischievous child won't stop. But then his mom sends him to his room, and he's so angry. He's so angry that he goes to this aisle that he can be as angry as he is. And that's kind of your pitch, you know? You kind of want to tell a story. It's like a little trailer of what your book is, right? Because you don't have time to read your book, or to, you know. So, and if you go like, it's about a girl and she has a dress and it's really nice, and I envision, don't just stop. You just do your work as a writer and say, Matt, this character wants this, but this doesn't let them. But he has a secret way to deal with it. What's going to happen? Boom, you have a teaser, you have a little pitch that is going to, and then they can ask things about your character, or ask things. You might want to reveal what's happening. So it's always good to write a short synopsis of your book, and write important points about what happens, like what's the message, how, why is this important to me? That's a big one. And if you're an author illustrator, you can include a couple of spreads or a couple of sketches. This is my character, and that's what they want, but they can't get it because of this. But this happens. Da, da, da. So, message: why is it important to you, and how does it connect to you? What's your character, and how do they relate to the reader? Like, why is it so wonderful for readers to read this book? This book's about this, and the best thing about it is because it's relatable, because this little character here goes through something that every child goes through. So these are your 3 points, you know. If you have more time, so you can get these 3 points. If you have more time, then you tell a bit of the story. If you have more time, then you tell more. And then in the end, ask questions, and the person there is gonna kind of they're gonna kind of guide you through, like they might stop you and then say, but why this, you know? And so you just have your little rehearsed piece there, but expect for questions and stuff. So just be prepared on how to answer them quickly. Go.
I can unmute myself and
Yes,
then ask a
please,
question.
please.
First of all, Tita, thank you so much. It's really, really insightful. This will be my third time in the fair, and the first 2 times I went just for fun. You know, just went with the floor, and even having a couple of reviews just on the fly. So I didn't plan it, but it was just on the fly, and it was quite good. So, but most important, I was not stressed out, just put something on the wall and then going with the flow. This time I have an idea of the pitch actually, and I already messaged Kim, and she already put me on the spot for one of the days. And now I'm working on that. So as an author and illustrator, and currently, I don't know, am I big screen or no?
Yeah,
so I have already everything, like storyboard. So you see the text, you also see where there will be full page, where there will be vignettes, etc. So this is what I have so far. And I'm planning also to create 2 double page spreads examples in colors.
Yeah.
But at least publishers will be able to see the style that expect. Will it be enough, or I need to prepare a bit more, like, I don't know, printed dummy, etc., or like that? And 2 examples in colors will be enough at least to teach and show the idea.
Yeah, absolutely.
I have 1 week and a half, to.
I'll make it easy
So
for
what
you
can I
then,
do?
Julia.
Yeah, what can I do in 1 week and a half
So yes, it's
to
enough.
polish it?
It's enough.
Okay.
And have anything else that you can show. So don't stress yourself by creating new stuff. If you can create as fast, that's great. But yeah, I think a storyboard is amazing for you to show. Also, I would so yeah, storyboard and at least 2 finished, completely rendered illustrations. I would pick like 4 spreads from your thumbnails, from your storyboard, as
Okay.
rough as they are, and
Yeah.
put them big and show them as big, So
Put the mic. Okay.
yeah, and
Okay.
pick poignant moments from the story, like the climax
Okay.
or the
Yeah.
lowest point,
Yeah. Okay.
Don't
Yeah.
pick the
Sounds good.
prettiest, pick the
Yeah.
most
Yeah.
emotional.
Yeah. In the story. Okay. Sounds good. Yeah. Thank you
Perfect.
so much. So we
Oh,
have
well
1 week and a
done on
half
you.
to. Well, yeah, it's a project. Actually, I am doing illustration in parallel to my main work. So as a main work, I'm working as UX designer, and of course, I would like to transition at some point fully to illustration. So that's why currently illustration is just in parallel to my main work. But
It's
yeah, I'm
looking
trying
very
to do my best
professional,
to
so
use my
yeah,
free.
you're halfway there. Oh, well
Yeah,
done, Julia.
yeah. Thanks. Thank you so much. Yeah, thanks a lot.
Any more questions, guys? Sue, make it up.
Sorry, Tita. I genuinely don't think there are any more in the chat, so just
Perfect.
shout out to anybody else if they want to jump up on the video and unmute themselves and ask questions. Go for it. We've only got 4 minutes if you're stopping at 8.
That's fine. Yeah, it's a good place for us to, like, if there are any other questions, just put it in the chat, or yeah, and
Any advice for first timers?
Yeah, cool. So first timers, be welcome, and feel like you belong there, because everybody's feeling the same. They're either in a different spot but wanting to get something out of it. Even if they are publishers, they have a long career, they're all going there to connect with people. So that's your basis. And don't feel at any time that you have to do something, If you can't get a portfolio review, that's fine. If you can't get into a talk, that's fine. If you can't get your time managed, pace yourself, because make it as if you were going to Disney World and you're just there to see Mickey, like if you get to meet some character princesses or like Robin Hood, that's fine, but what's gonna happen is you're gonna really, really have fun meeting people. So, and I'm gonna be there. If you are a first timer, come to me and say, Tita, I'm shy. What do I do? I'll give you a challenge. I'll give you and I'll introduce you to someone. And I'm very friendly. I like dinosaurs too, so that's a friendly thing to say.
Tita, can I speak? This is
Yeah.
Ramona speak. I'm listening in from Paris. Yeah, I just wanted to say thank you so much. I love all that you're doing for illustrators. Thank you very much. For those of us who are writers, those of us who are I'm a middle grade writer. For those of us who are writers, could somebody give us some buzz, like book buzz? Like, what anybody on Scooby, it doesn't have to be a Zoom call. It could just be on the Scooby website. Like, what was the book buzz in Bologna? Because every book fair has this big buzz about somebody who was coming out. I mean, J.K. Rowling sold the rights to Harry Potter at Bologna.
Yeah.
So, it's a very, very important fair. So if we could get the book buzz on what is coming, what ideas, whose book was everybody grabbing for, which agent made like whatever a 5-figure deal, just the buzz, like what's going on. Because I mean, we're all debuts, we're all trying our best, and always good to know ahead of time so that when it comes to be your turn, you're ready, prepared, and get going. That's it.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
Thank you, Ramona. Well, that was brilliant. That's a great feedback. I'm gonna personally organize an article about what's the buzz on words and pictures. So I'll be there at the fair, and I'm gonna find out what's the buzz. I'm gonna bring it to words and pictures. And if you have any questions about which, like something specific, like you said, like the agents and stuff, I have a lot of material from the Bologna Press because I'm going as a press as well, and I can definitely share that. Um,
Al-
is there anything that you are looking for as?
Alison wants to know how she can pay for membership for Scooby. I'm guessing you've got to go via the website and check.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Thank you.
yeah, just Google SCBWI.
Thank you.
.org, and you can get the membership there. And yeah, the Scooby is great. It's full of people like me. And
Yes,
that was a self-compliment. It's great, full of people. I mean, it's full of people who like work hard to make like connections and people connecting with you. And so, also great.
Tita, my two questions would be, what book ideas are getting the best big buzz, book ideas,
Mhm.
and what's sold at the fair, like for big figures? Those would be my two questions.
I can tell a couple of them right now to you. So, because of Peter Brown's great book about a wild robot mother, and because he got his book turned into an animation that almost won an Oscar. He is going to be a big buzz there, and he's going to sell loads of rights all over the world. I can already say that. And big figures.
What's his book called, Tita?
Wild Robot. Oh, I have it somewhere in my house. But yeah, it's just the Wild Robot. And it's an animation, one of the animations that was nominated for the Oscar this year.
Oh wow, cool. Okay.
Yeah, it's amazing. The book's better, but the animation is beautiful. And Peter's great. The other thing that I'm gonna share is about book ideas. I can't say much about YA or middle grade, but actually it goes to middle grade, up to middle grade. But from picture books up to middle grade, publishers are really looking for just things that are fun and funny, like the bad guys, like and picture books like the dinosaur one from I have everything in here, but I can't find anything. Anyway, Oi Dinosaur, like books that are simply like a slice a day or just an interaction between characters that are funny and that are fun and funny to read aloud, and that's a reflection of like harsh years after the COVID and lockdown, where people really needed stuff to connect emotionally. And now we have like a saturation of emotional stuff, and we just want like really quickly to have fun and laugh. So this is really what publishers are looking now. And diversity, always diversity. They want to see characters from different ethnies, from different backgrounds, from different skin colors, and with different disabilities as well, like included. So that's a big thing. So if you have anything, and for example, my agent just said, "So you have ADHD? Let's make it work." And I was like, "Yeah, that's gonna speak to me." And so if there's something that speaks to you that can, that's gonna be great to focus on.
Okay, thank you so much for that. Thank
You're
you.
very welcome. Right, last question, guys.
Oh, right, there is one. I have a quick question. If I draw a character in sequence or in different postures, do they all have to be in color, or can there be one in color and the rest in sketches since
Yeah,
time
you
isn't...
can do that. You can do either. I mean, if you have a character sheet, you can do as roughs as well. So have like up to 9. I wouldn't make more than 9. In fact, I would like wouldn't go more than 7 different, on the same page. So yeah, you can do them as roughs and then one big one that is fully colored. So the person who's viewing your portfolio, they can see that you can carry that character around with consistency, but also you can color it well, so it's fine. Yeah, absolutely fine that. If you want to do all in color, that's fine as well. It's great. And if you want, you can do all in roughs and then do one spread with the character and everything in color, like an illustration in color. Yeah? Right. I think that's it for us. So I'm gonna share on my screen the how to call it, the WhatsApp group. I don't speak very well when I'm thinking and looking for stuff on my computer. The WhatsApp group link, so you can just get a screenshot or just take a picture with your phone, and you'll be in a WhatsApp group if you want to connect with us, if you want to receive a link for this recording. And if you want to know more stuff and connect with me, I'll be there. So that's it. Let me go back to you guys and send you on your way to Bologna. I'll see you there. And I want you guys to come see me drawing because I get more excited when there are people watching, and I'm kind of shy when there's not many people. So yeah, I have my a self-conscious. So thank you so much, guys, for coming, and for those who stayed till the end, hooray! Well done. And for those who haven't, I'll send the link, and it's gonna be great, guys. Just relax and have a great time. You'll see how it goes. On the first day, you're gonna have that boom, this is what's happening. And then on the second day, you go, okay, this is what I'm gonna do today. And then just go for it. Cool? All right. Enjoy the rest of your evening, and I'll see you in Bologna.
Thank you so much. Thanks, Tita.
Bye, guys. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Bye,
Thank you.
everyone.
Bye.
Have fun.